Your thoughts are the frequency. There's a silent signal moving through space, not seen, not heard, but felt. It's the signal that shapes your life, and it's coming from you. You are not a body with a mind. You are a frequency with a field. And the thoughts you think are not small, fleeting things. They are electric. They are magnetic. They are the language your energy uses to speak to the universe. Every thought carries a vibration. Every vibration carries a message. And every message attracts a match. If you want to change your life, you don't start with your circumstances. You start with your signal. Most people wake up and plug into the same story, same emotions, same thoughts, same reactions. They think they're thinking, but they're really remembering. Recycling old patterns, rehearsing the past, projecting it into the future. That's not creation, that's continuation. But the moment you decide to think greater than you feel, the moment you stop letting your body tell your mind how to think, you break the cycle. You begin to broadcast a new frequency. You begin to tune into a different reality. Your thoughts are the frequency. Your emotions are the amplifier. And your body is the receiver. You don't attract what you want. You attract what you are. And what you are is the signal you emit. You cannot create abundance from the frequency of lack. You cannot find love from the vibration of fear. You cannot step into the future while holding on to the energy of the past. So ask yourself, what frequency am I on right now? Is it survival? Is it worry? Is it guilt, judgment, stress? Or is it presence? Is it love? Is it gratitude for what already exists in the invisible? Because the quantum field and the field of infinite potential doesn't respond to what you say you want. It responds to who you are being. And who you are being is written in your thoughts, not the ones you speak, the ones you repeat, not the ones you read, the ones you rehearse. Your brain is not just a record of the past. It's a tool for broadcasting the future. So every time you visualize, every time you elevate your emotion, every time you sit in stillness and connect to a new possibility, you're not daydreaming, you're tuning. You're aligning your personal energy with a new reality. And that's not magic. That's neuroscience. You are not stuck. You are not broken. You are not waiting for a miracle. You are the miracle. You are the tuning fork. And the moment you change the way you think, the way you feel, the way you vibrate, you change the station. You change the channel. You change the outcome. You don't need to wait for success to feel successful. Feel it now. You don't need to wait for love to feel whole. Be it now. You don't need to wait for healing to feel powerful. Command it now, because in the quantum, the now is all there is. And when you align your thoughts with your vision, when you align your emotions with your destiny, you collapse time. You draw the future to you. The longer you hold that frequency, the more intense your emotional connection to that future, the faster it becomes real. So the question becomes, can you hold the frequency of your future long enough for reality to catch up? Can you become so familiar with the feeling of your vision that the outside world starts to mirror your inner one? Because this is where the real work begins, not in wishing, not in hoping, but in becoming. You become the version of you that already has what you desire. You rehearse the thoughts of that version. You embody the emotions of that version. You walk through your day as if the unseen is more real than the seen. That's when the field responds. Not when you force it, not when you beg for it, but when you align with it. You're not asking the universe to give you something. You're signaling that it's already done. You're broadcasting a frequency that says, I've arrived. And the quantum field, which contains every possibility, every timeline, every outcome, begins to rearrange itself around your new identity. But make no mistake, your old identity won't leave without a fight. It will try to pull you back into the familiar. It will whisper, nothing's changing. This is who you are. Stay small. Stay safe. That's not intuition. That's memory. That's your nervous system addicted to a predictable past. Because the body, when conditioned long enough by emotion, becomes the mind. So when you start thinking differently, when you elevate your vibration beyond what your body knows, you will feel resistance. You'll feel discomfort. You'll feel like you're losing yourself. But that's exactly what's happening. You're shedding the self that built your past to become the self that creates your future. This is the edge most people turn back at. They return to what's familiar because they mistake it for what's safe. But if you want the uncommon, you must become the uncommon. You have to teach your body how the future feels before it arrives. You have to condition your mind to believe in something that hasn't yet happened. That's not delusion, that's creation. You don't wait for life to prove your change. You prove your change, and then life catches up. Discipline is the bridge. Repetition is the reinforcement. Emotion is the glue. So each morning you close your eyes and remember who you're becoming. You tune your brain and your heart to that version of you who's already free, already whole, already living it. And if your old emotions try to pull you back, anxiety, shame, fear, you bless them, you thank them, because they're just echoes of an old self, and you are no longer that self. The more you visit your new state of being, the more your biology begins to change. Your brain forms new circuits, your body creates new chemistry, your heart begins to beat in coherence, and your field, the energy you radiate, becomes clearer, stronger, magnetic. Suddenly, the things that once felt impossible find their way to you, not because you chased them, but because you became their match. This is the power of conscious creation. This is the science of transformation. You're not trying to get something, you're remembering that you already are it. And when your inner reality becomes more real than your outer environment, that's when the world bends to meet you. You start seeing signs, opportunities appear, people cross your path who match your frequency, doors open that logic could never explain, not by force, by field, because your thoughts are the frequency and the universe is a mirror. You don't manifest what you want, you manifest what you are. So now you know, you're not here to wish, you're not here to wait. You're here to remember who you already are and to become it ahead of time. Because your personality creates your personal reality. Your habits of thought, your patterns of emotion, they are the architecture of your world. Change your personality, and the world around you changes too. But the shift doesn't come from doing more. It comes from being more aligned. The version of you that already lives your dream life, they don't try to believe. They simply know. They don't hope the world will change. They've already changed themselves. They're not reacting to life. They're generating it. So start asking bigger questions. Not when will it happen, but who am I willing to become? Not what do I need to fix, but what am I ready to let go of? Because the moment you truly let go of the old story, the excuses, the roles, the identities that kept you small, you create space for something greater to emerge, something unknown, something aligned with the intelligence that breathes stars into existence. This is not about blind faith. It's about mastering the inner world so completely that the outer world has no choice but to rearrange itself around your frequency. And it's not easy. Let's be honest. Some days you'll feel like nothing is changing. Your senses will scream at you. See, it's not working. And that's the test. Because the senses report what was, but you're no longer living from what was. You're living from what can be. You're living from the field, not the form. The quantum doesn't speak to your eyes, it speaks to your heart. And your job is to keep your energy ahead of your reality, to wake up before the evidence, to feel gratitude before the reward, to embody success before the outcome. Because your body doesn't know the difference between an emotion created by experience and one created by thought. And when you wire the feeling into your nervous system, you're telling the universe, this is who I am now. You're no longer sending out the signal of I need. You're broadcasting the signal of I have. And like a magnet, the field brings you evidence to match that energy. But here's the secret. You have to become unshakable in that state. Not temporarily inspired, not conditionally motivated, unshakable, Even when doubt shows up, even when fear knocks, even when the old emotions come crawling back in familiar voices, you stay the course. Because your new identity isn't something you try on, it's something you step into and never step back out of. And when you hold that frequency long enough, consistently enough, reality bends, opportunities shift, synchronicities multiply, not because of luck, because of law. The law of resonance, the law of alignment, the law of creation. You're not climbing to the next level. You're tuning to it. You're not chasing your future. You're becoming the version of you who already lives it. That version doesn't need proof to believe. They believe so fully that proof becomes inevitable. They don't wait to feel joy. Joy becomes their baseline. They don't hustle for worthiness. Worthiness becomes their identity. This is who you are now, not because you've earned it, because you've remembered it, you've chosen it, and now you radiate it. So start now. Don't wait for perfect circumstances. Don't wait for tomorrow. Don't wait to feel ready. Readiness is a decision, not a destination. Right now, in this moment, you can choose to step into the field of creation, to elevate your thoughts, expand your vision, and electrify your frequency. You can breathe in possibility and exhale limitation. You can trade your history for destiny. You can leave behind the self that was built by the past and awaken the one born to create futures. Your thoughts are not just noise. They are commands, blueprints, magnetic instructions sent out into the field. And when your thoughts become coherent, when your mind, body, and soul align in one vibrational truth, you become the architect of your reality, not by wishing, not by waiting, by tuning, by trusting, by remembering. You are not the echo. You are the signal. You are not the effect. You are the cause. You are not waiting on the universe. The universe is waiting on you. Your thoughts are the frequency. And when you master them, you don't just change your life. So here you are, on the edge of everything you've ever wanted. And it has nothing to do with what's outside of you. It has everything to do with how you show up to the unseen, to the field, to yourself. Your future is not a date on a calendar. It's a vibration. And every thought you think is either tuning you toward it or away from it. This is not about being perfect. It's about being conscious, to become aware of the thoughts that lower your frequency and choose again. To notice when you slip into fear and breathe yourself back into possibility. To feel the old self trying to reclaim the steering wheel and smile because you're no longer that driver. That's mastery, not perfection. Presence. And presence is where all power lives. Because in presence, the mind stops wandering into what if, and the soul finally speaks. And what does it say? It says, you are more than your past. You are greater than your fears. You are not bound by your genes, your memories, or your environment. You are energy. You are consciousness. You are creation in motion. And the moment you fully believe that, the moment you choose to live from that knowing instead of just thinking it, you become untouchable. Not because nothing challenges you, but because nothing shakes who you are being. You stop reacting. You start responding. You stop chasing. You start aligning. You stop trying to control the outside world and begin commanding the inner one. And that's the shift. That's the portal. That's the moment your entire life begins to reflect back something new. Because the universe doesn't respond to your words, it responds to your state of being. If you wake up and broadcast lack, confusion, fear, you attract situations that validate that frequency. Not because the world is against you, but because it's too obedient to be anything other than a mirror. But if you wake up and tune your thoughts to gratitude, to abundance, to clarity, wholeness, joy, you become the source, the signal, the cause. And that is the secret so many never learn. You don't wait for life to show you who you are. You tell life who you are. You write it. You feel it. You live it before it arrives. Because the moment you begin to think like the future version of you, to feel like them, to act like them, you've become them. And when you become them, You collapse time. You shortcut the struggle. You vibrate with the reality that once felt distant, and it shows up like it was always there, because in the quantum, it was. All possibilities exist in the field, but only one becomes your life, the one you match, the one you remember, the one you practice into existence. That's the work, not grinding, not proving, not begging, tuning, aligning, being. Your future self is not out there, it's already here, waiting in the space of who you could become, not later, not someday, now. So breathe into this moment, not as a victim, not as a seeker, but as the creator you truly are. Close your eyes and feel the frequency of the life you desire, not like it's out of reach, like it's already real. Let your body believe it. Let your heart expand in it. Let your mind dissolve into it. And then walk into your day as if it's already done. Not in arrogance, in alignment, not in ego, in embodiment. Speak like the person who already has it. Move like the person who already is it. Give like the person who already lives it. Because you are not becoming someone new. You are becoming someone true. The version of you that's always been encoded within. The version you silenced when you believed more in your past than your future. The version you now choose to awaken with every elevated thought, every intentional feeling, every inspired action. That is the moment you reclaim your power. Not when the world changes, when you do. Because the truth is this: you are not your history. You are not your circumstances. You are not your emotions, your doubts, your fears. You are the observer. You are the signal. You are the vibration. You are the one who gets to decide, to design, to direct, to dream. You are the thought. You are the frequency. You are the field. And most of all, you create you.